I was raised those first 12 years without a father. My dad wasn't there. I think a lot of people had that same kind of story, same kind of background, so it was really rough. Single mom, working 2-3 jobs, trying to make it work. I didn't think I was the smartest kid in the world. I started off really rough, fights all the time. And so I wanted to be that for a kid who has anger issues, a kid who somebody don't care for, a kid who, you don't got your dad, he ain't doing a great job. And I had a student whose father was locked up, and I saw myself in him. And when dad got out of jail, he was like, hey man, I really appreciate you looking after my son like he was your own. And that right there is why I did it.
From a child who threw a chair at a teacher to being good in science and math, and now you actually a teacher, what was the pivotal moment for you?
Remember I told you that I had those teachers who really looked out for, right? I got into fights. It was I was trying to not do the fights anymore. I had this crazy teacher, Miss Crosby, and I've been looking for her. Miss Crosby, if you see this, please.
Class of 2005, a former college football player at FIU who walked on, earned a scholarship, and was nominated for the NCAA Rudy Award. Today, he's an educator, a husband, a behavior analyst, and the author of The Dragon and the Line. His journey from throwing a chair at a teacher to standing on the cusp of the NFL is a testament to resilience, redemption, and the power of a teacher who cared.
When you're writing your books, do you paraphrase what you're writing, or everything that you're writing is exactly what came from your mind?
When you first write, I think the best way to write is you just put everything, you blurt it out. It could be misspelled, wrong location, but you just want to get words like play. You just want to get it all out. It could be big words. Sometimes it's some words that I really, really like. Reader really don't understand that word. If I put a big word in there at that point, it means something. I don't want nothing tripping you up, slowing you down. And a lot of people don't understand writing the book is not the hard part, it's the editing. The editing took me months. Like this book took me about the better part of a year.
Welcome back to another episode on Jules Legacy Enterprise Productions, where story connects generations. A conversation with a pioneer, a segment that celebrates the life and journey of North Miami Senior High School pioneers by bridging the past and the present to inspire the future. Behind every name, there's a story. Odarris D'haiti. You've heard the name, D'haiti. He's an alumnus from class of 2005, played under Coach Graham, went to FIU, and he was nominated for a NCAA Rudy Award. It is with great pleasure to actually have him here in the studio. He's an educator, he's a husband, he's also an author. Odarius, welcome, my brother.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Hey,
it's a pleasure.
That introduction got me like, boy, the whole like bio. I'm like,
of course, man.
I appreciate that, man.
You've done a lot, bro.
Thank you.
You've done a lot, and you even got your football jacket on.
Yes, man. I gotta represent.
Of course. So you graduated in 2005, right? And you decide, why FIU?
Well, it's crazy actually. I got a scholarship to go to UM. But UM at that time, 2005, it was crazy good. Like I had just watched them in 2004. I think that's when they played Ohio State. They should have won that title.
Right.
And I get a scholarship, not for football, but for academics. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna play football. But if I go there, I'm gonna be a water boy. I ain't gonna really get nothing, right? I didn't have a great senior year. I got hurt. I'm like, okay. I looked at Nova. I looked at Barry. I looked at UCF.
Barry had a football team at the time?
They didn't. They said they was going to get one when I was there.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like, okay, if they're going to get one, because this is what I'm being told, and then FIU just had a program, so they have the program already there. So it really was between UCF and FIU.
Okay.
And then UCF actually gave me the opportunity. I mean, UCF didn't give me the opportunity to even like get into the program. They denied my application. I'm like, and it's because I did an error, but at the time I'm like, oh, they don't want me? Okay, cool. So I went to FIU, walked on.
Yeah, how was it at FIU?
It was awesome, actually. I went to the North Campus, which is so much more like a high school, that small environment. And I made a lot of good friends. Matter of fact, we're still friends now. Tried to walk on, it didn't go to my way, right? Don Straught, I think it's Straught. And he wouldn't even give me an opportunity. Man, Coach Graham sent him a message, sent him a highlight tape, everything. And he was like, nah, we don't want him. Fast forward to 2007, he gets fired. Coach Cristobal come in, the coach for the UM right now.
Right.
And he's like, hey, we have tryouts. Man, I'm going to go out at that tryout, and I kill it. I ran, a 4.4.
Sheesh.
I had a vertical jump that was like 10-something. I think it was 10.1. And my short shuttle was 4.1, 4.1. And so all those are like NFL like numbers. And I'm just coming in as it's 2 years in. Obviously, I was state training. I go in, they call me back, like, hey, man, you made the team. It was the spring. You got the spring to show us, so if you want to make it to camp. And I got cut. I didn't make the team
Wow.
because it was conflicting with class, right? And so I'll come to practice, miss practice. Come to practice, miss practice. And so I missed too many practices, but I looked good when I was there. I missed a lot of class, so my grades suffer. So my grade dropped to a 2.47. I'll never forget that because he said you need a 2.5, and I'm like, hey, I'm 0.3. He like, I need a 2.5. And I went straight over there, and I used the forgiveness, and I took out a C because I had a C, and it brought it up. And he said, okay, you got a 2.5, you're on the team. And ever since then, it was history. Got a scholarship, did really good senior year. Tried out for the Detroit Lions, didn't go my way. And then I was thinking about playing arena, and they had a thing called a UFL with the Tuskers. Tried out for them. I had a bad tryout.
Was the CFL still out? Was it out by that time or no?
The Canadian Football League? Yeah, but the Canadian, they never reached back. Like I sent tape. One of my homeboys went there, Ellison, did real good. He was like an MVP of that league. But it didn't work out for me. They didn't call me. They didn't give me no chance. So, it is what it is. I tried to play semi-pro, got hurt, messed up my shoulder again.
Right.
And I was like, okay, that's a sign. I'm getting hurt. It's just not going my way. Cool. I'm going to just coach.
What position you play?
I played defensive back, DB.
Oh, okay. How hard is it to get actually in the NFL?
Oh, it's crazy. Because I'll tell you, why? You know what I should have did? It was a dude who came up to me to be an agent. I should have took him. I just thought, being a Zoe, coming from Haiti, not me coming from Haiti, but coming from that Haitian background, North Miami, right. I feel like somebody's trying to like exploit you.
Yeah.
And so I'm not, man, and he blunt. So I'm like, I'm not going to give him my freedom. I'm going to do it myself.
So you had no agent?
I had no agent. I was doing everything myself. And so you see it in the NFL now where Lamar and them boys trying to do something themselves is hard. And so me just coming in not even knowing anything, I'm just like, I'm going to just put myself out there, let my tape talk for me. That's not how that works. You need somebody who can actually get into the door.
Of course. And talk for you.
I got to ask, though. So normally people say that quarterback is the hardest position. But I would say, in my opinion, I think DB is. But so what you think it is?
So I got my homeboy, Curtis from Ohio State, played linebacker. So his thing, he's always said for him, the toughest position was quarterback, right? I think mentally is the toughest position because you need to know what everybody's doing. But if we're talking just physical, like just being physically capable of doing things, it's defensive back. Matter of fact, you think probably the least. Everything is so reactionary. Like everything happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Second.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about just the physical quickness of being able to make the human body do things it's not supposed to do, DB. If you're talking about like just being strong, man, having to do those things, it's defensive end, defensive tackle, because you're hitting car crash every play, right? But if you're just talking mentally capable,
it's quarterback.
It's quarterback, and that's no doubt. It's not even close.
Which famous, I would say, athlete or who went to the NFL or was your hardest matchup?
Hardest matchup?
Yes.
I'll be honest, this would be my teammate, T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton?
Yeah. There was another dude from Troy. He talks so much trash. I can't even remember his name. 2009, I won't even forget it. There was a star receiver. He went to the Giants. I can't remember his name right now. He was pretty good. But because he talked so much, it made me play better. And so he didn't really get off on me, but he was balling like that season. And he was tough. He made me work. He tried to work me. He almost caught a post on me. He caught it. He really dropped it. They said they gave me a PBU. That was not a PBU. I grabbed his arm, I pulled and yanked it. And when he hit the ground, he dropped it. It said incomplete. I'm like, thank God he didn't catch that.
Did you play in the Little Caesar Bowl?
I didn't play in that. No.
Okay. Did you find Odell's back on the Giants?
Oh yeah. I just saw that. Yes.
So Odell is Odell. So what do you think about him going back on the Giants? Think it's good for his career?
I'm a Dolphins fan.
I think Odell need to hang it up, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
I saw him on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He just looks slower.
Slow, like it's time to hang it up. Sometimes you gotta hang it up.
Yeah. Bro. And maybe he was hurt. They said he was coming off an injury. He said he wasn't right. But I don't know, bro. Like he didn't look good.
Yeah, I think it's time to hang it up.
Yeah.
But bring me or walk me through like the day in the life of a college football player. Because people mention you got multiple practices. You got to eat a certain way. Like, how is it?
So there's athletes that do what they're supposed to do, and then there's athletes who's having a good time, right? And so one thing I'll tell you, my senior year was great because I was more of a leader at that point, and I got to see both. And so I give you like what my day looked like, especially for a walk-on, which was really tough. I would wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning because I had to catch that 6:30 shuttle to get down to South Campus for practice, right? They had the morning practice that was like 7 or 8, depending on what year we had. And so we'll work out two hours. That's just 2 hours one in the gym, 1 hour in the gym, 1 hour on the field. Then I catch the shuttle, come back to the main campus or go to class. So you got your morning workouts, you got class. Then I had to come back for afternoon workouts, which was 2 p.m. I never forget those things because them junks was rough. We had meetings, which was about an hour, talking about this is what you need to get better
like
at.
film and everything, right?
Film, if we had film. Because remember during the off season, you really don't have film on yourself. It's more so about installing, like, okay, this is what we're going to run. This is what we're going to do for our workout. It's really talking with your coaches. Then we go on the field and we work out, and that's more of like the agilities and stuff like that. It's not the weightlifting. Then after that, for me, I had to work. So I catch that 6 o'clock shuttle back, get to work, and then I got to do the job.
6 p.m. shuttle back?
6
Yeah,
p.m.
from South Campus to North Campus to Biscayne.
And you was working on campus at the North?
I was working on campus in the North. So I was up at 6, home at 12, because I worked till 11. So,
God, and you was doing that Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday. And then when the season started, I couldn't, certain days I couldn't work. So I had to work a full, like it's an article out there somewhere. Mama Hammer wrote it back in the day. I had to work Sunday they open at 8 all the way to 11 to get my hour. So I worked that entire day.
On the weekends?
On the weekends. Well, only on Sunday, because Saturday we had games. I remember Alabama messed up my shoulder. Thank you, Trent Richardson. Not Trent Richardson, Mark Ingram hit me. Messed up this whole shoulder because I was engaged on a block, and I came off the block, and I was right there, and I'm like, okay, he gonna try like stiff me. I'm gonna knock the hand out. Nah, he dropped that shoulder and just tried to run me over, and I'm like, I still made the tackle, but that boy put all that right here. And I was like, yo, coach. And I will never forget it. Coach White, he was like, hey, you gotta chop them, like, cause I engaged. He was like, nah, don't engage. Just chop, make a whole mess, have somebody else come help you with that. Because I got hurt, and they put a sole. That's that thing that wraps on your arm, that black thing that Lewis was wearing, that hooks it to hold it together. Play with that thing on my arm, and I was running like this, one chicken wing, like a broken chicken wing. Play that game.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is a physical specimen in the NFL, or the most physical specimen you've come across?
Trent Richardson. I almost said his name by mistake. I saw him run over 3 people back to back, then jump over our safety. Like, I wish I can go back. I was on the sideline, and I remember seeing it. He ran over Scotty Bryant. So,
when Steers remember the names.
And Scotty had dreads, so his dreads, like, went back and everything. He was our best linebacker. I remember he was on the Saints for a second. And I was like, oh, God. Ran him over, popped back up. And then the defensive end, I forget what the defensive end, he kind of stiffed and kind of, like, pushed him down in our, what's his name? The safety came up. Flying in, gonna hit him. And he hit him, boom. And they did this, and he fell down, and he popped back up and hopped over him. And I was like, yo, that's a third dude. Somebody get him. It was so bad, I wanted to run off the sideline to go help them. That's how bad he was doing it. And then the other safety, Ash, came and got him. Ash Parker got him. That dude was a physical specimen. I mean, if he had better vision, he'd probably be one of the best football players in the NFL. He didn't have the greatest vision. But physically, it was a problem.
How is it as a player, you're standing there on the field and you hear all these fans screaming?
You know what happens is when you are playing, it's like tunnel vision. You don't really hear it. My wife would tell you, because she used to scream my name and everything like that, you don't hear, like, because it's 90, 80, 70, if you're playing at FIU Stadium, 20,000 people screaming at once. It's...
Yeah, you can't hear it.
You start, like, closing that out. Now, when you are on the sideline and something big happened, what game was that? It was against Arkansas State. And offense on the field, we're losing by 2. And it was the last couple of minutes. And T.Y. did a reverse. He drops the reverse. And you could hear the crowd just suck the wind out of the crowd. And we're on the sideline talking. And you hear the crowd. And he's like, what happened? Like, what's going on? He picks it back up. And he throws a touchdown to Peanut. What's his real name? Junior Mertil. Actually played for North Miami.
Yeah.
Cautious.
Oh, Peanut played at FIU?
Yeah, he played.
I didn't know that.
Actually, I was the one who told the coaches to look for him.
Oh, nice.
And they threw the ball, catches the touchdown, and we win that game. And I'm like, that's when you hear the crowd. When you're in it, when you're looking at it like a fan, when you're on the sideline. That's the only time you hear the crowd. Other than that, when you're playing, all that's tunnel. You're so focused, you don't see that. You don't hear that.
So I gotta ask. There's like a topic going around where they're saying that athletes, the hardest part of their lives is going from being an athlete all day to the real world.
Yes.
So how was that for you? Was that like a very hard process of waking up every day, having a routine, and then now you got to force your own routine?
Yeah, it's a gut punch. I'll be honest. It was hard. Like, I played for 8 years? Like,
yeah.
Physically.
From high school to
college.
High school, yeah.
College. And so it was just, your body is like fine-tuned to do certain things. It felt weird. My birthday's in the summer. I'm used to on being on the field on my birthday. So when people trying to celebrate with me, it just feel wrong. Like I didn't drink alcohol until I was like 26 years old because I was just trying to get right for that. And so like, hey man, have a drink. Like, nah. It's like, why? Oh, I'm not playing anymore. I don't. And so it really is tough. Like
I'm not playing anymore.
So it depends on what your playing years were like. For me, it was always grinding, being from the bottom, trying to prove yourself, trying to get better. So it's always working. For other players who've been the best, you always been catered to, and then you get to the real world, they don't care about that.
Nope. It's different.
So it's really hard to really just wrap your head around. I don't got to grind like that physically no more. It's another way you got to do it. Like you got to learn how to convert all the skills that you learn from football
to real life.
Yeah, and that takes some time.
How was your upbringing? Because I know you got the D'haiti last name.
Mm-hmm.
You have any siblings? Any?
I have a sister.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't think she's ready for that. But no, I have a sister from my mom. Love that little girl. Well, not little anymore. I was 12 when she was born, so it was kind of like a dad figure for her.
Got you.
I was raised those first 12 years without a father. My dad wasn't there. Wasn't around. I think a lot of people had that same kind of story, same kind of background. So it was really rough. Single mom, working 2-3 jobs trying to make it work. Part of the reason why football was even a plan because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get to college, right? I didn't think I was the smartest kid in the world. I started off really rough, fights all the time, especially when we moved to DC when I was in middle school because I got kicked out of 2 schools for fighting.
Washington, D.C.?
No, down here. Arlington Heights, Natural Bridge. I didn't get kicked out of. I threw a chair at a teacher. I'm sorry, Miss Johnson. Then I went to Sunrise. Sunrise was bad because I was getting bullied, and then I'm the type of person you bully me, I'm about to bully you. And so he bullied me on the bus, and we fought bad. And he was a bigger kid, but it didn't matter. I'll take the hit to hit you. And so my mom was like, we gotta get up out of here. And she met a guy she's married to now, Henry, and we moved to DC because he had a job up there. Went to DC. DC was a little bit better until I started getting in fights up there. But I had a great teacher who helped me like really focus, and football was like the outlet for that anger, that rage, right? Because football taught you discipline, but also had the physical outlet to allow my body to like really mature and let that out. And then I came back to Miami. I got recruited to go to Central.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was like, Central was like a triple F school back then. She's like, you ain't going to Central. And my stepdad's son went to North Miami, Samuel Simmons.
Okay.
Played basketball, was real good. He messed up his knee. He was supposed to go to UM. That's what he told me. But he was really good. I know he was good at North Miami. And so you're going to North Miami, and that's how that story went. Ended up going to North Miami.
Where did that anger come from?
Not having a dad, no father figure, feeling like you was inadequate, not feeling like you're good enough. Like I said, always feeling like I had to grind. So football was like a perfect match for me.
Mm-hmm.
Always being the underdog.
You threw a chair at a teacher. Why?
Oh, she took my Lego. I knew exactly what she took my little Lego, the little toy, the things you put together. And I was like, all right, it's cool. You're right. I shouldn't play with it. You'll give back to me after school. She ain't give me this back. I'm like, you're going to give that back to me. And she was like, black teacher, like, you're going to try me and tell me what you're going to do. I ain't going to give it back. You going to give it back to me. I ain't going to give you nothing. Threw it in the trash, and I lost it through the chair.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you ever settle that anger with your father, though?
I settled it because I'm not really have that connection with him.
But did you ever tell him? Like,
I don't even know if he's still alive, to be honest with you. I don't know. The reason why I will say I settled it is because I'm a father now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me realize that being angry at him is just hurting me. It's not doing anything. And I could never continue to carry that while I'm trying to be a father too. I just realized like, I'm gonna just use everything that I have. I got to meet Rudy, right? Mr. Rudy from Notre Dame from the movie.
Right.
And he was like, anger is a powerful tool, but you got to make sure you focus it correctly. I'll never forget that. And that's my whole thing now. Anytime you're angry, you got to focus it. Because if you use it incorrectly, I'm a black man. I'd be in jail like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we use it correctly. Use it to protect my daughter. Use it to get up early when you're tired, you don't feel like doing it. Use it in a way where someone says you're not doing something good enough, instead of internalizing it and like, all right, okay, how can I do it better? Let's figure it out. How can I make this this particular lesson better, right? I was just talking to my sister, like, when I go back after the summer, I want to teach sales a little bit better. So I'm going to get a pizza we're gonna put the ingredients is like the mitochondria, the nucleus, all the different things. So you're gonna cook it and then you get to eat it. And then we're gonna come back and like, did you just eat it or do you understand what we're talking about? Let's take a test. You ready for it? And now they're like, oh man. And then now I can get them that way by hooking them, right?
Right.
And so it's always self-improvement, always trying to do a little bit better.
So what was life after college?
It was actually really difficult. I stayed at FIU for a while. I worked into 2013. And then I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, I was trying to do football for a few years. So 3 years of like training still, being at the school. And I had my degree in basically health science, but I wanted to do it in physical therapy initially.
Mm-hmm.
The physical therapy program turned into a master's program right before I graduated, so it didn't work out. So I tried to go into occupational therapy. Couldn't get into the school. They didn't accept me because GPA wasn't high enough. I had a 3.0 at the end, but you know, competitive. It's about who can get in. So I was like, man, what do? I got all this football in me, but football's not it anymore. So I actually became a behavior analyst. A dude came to the school. He was hyping me up. Hey, man, handsome black dude. Jose Mania. I never said his last name correctly. Passed away because of COVID. Great dude, was my mentor. Got me into behavior analysis. Started working with kids. That's how I first started off with like children with special needs.
Mm-hmm.
And that really gave me an opportunity to build that patience. I think one of the biggest things, because you got all this anger, the number one thing is you just don't got patience. You don't know how to take the break, breathe. Let me figure out how to do it. And then working with kids really taught me, like, I can't be mad at a kid who has autism. That's not even fair to him. Like, I got to hold that in, figure out how to metabolize it. How do I use it to help this kid, right? And a lot of times they're just angry too. They can't communicate correctly sometimes. It's whatever's the issue. And so that allowed me to find kind of a path working with kids. Came back like, man, let me use this football knowledge I got. Let's start coaching. Started coaching at NB, which I know y'all mad at me. I even beat North Miami every time. The years I was there because they didn't. I went to North Miami first. Now, North Miami didn't give me an opportunity to play. I mean, not play, the coach. So I went to Britannia. You know, I'm a little petty, and coached over there for 2 years. Left there when I got an opportunity to go to Central. So my path was really like, kids were something that actually worked for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Working with the youth. So let me connect what I'm good at, football, with it. Got me into the school system. Became a teacher.
You teach biology, right?
Biology.
Why?
Oh, I love science.
Oh, okay.
Just love science. My degree's in health science, right?
Right.
And so I started off with math because that's what they needed. I'm good in math, but it's not fun. Science is better. Like, I mean, you can connect this to the real world.
Mm-hmm.
I can bring a banana in there while it's rotten, put it underneath a microscope, and show you the bacteria inside of it. I can't do that with math.
Right.
So it's a little bit more kinesthetic learning, things I can touch, things I can make them do.
So, but from a child who threw a chair at a teacher to being good in science and math, right? And now you're actually a teacher. Mm-hmm. What was the pivotal moment for you?
DC. Remember I told you that I had those teachers who really looked out for me, right? I got into fights.
Right.
I was trying to not do the fights anymore. I had this crazy teacher, Miss Crosby, and I've been looking for her. Miss Crosby, if you see this, please. You might be retired now. Miss Crosby, we used to call her Miss Crazy. She was Puerto Rican, I think. And she was really attractive. I'm sorry. She looked real good. That's part of the reason why I listened to her. And so when she got mad, she used to cuss us out in Spanish. I didn't know what was getting cussed out. And so, I remember the day we didn't have a lot of money, right? DC, it snows. So I'm coming in there with just a long sleeve shirt with a shirt underneath. And I'm like freezing. And she saw me. And after school, she's like, hey, stay back. She said, my son just graduated. He don't need this anymore. Here, she gave me a jacket. No one ever stopped to like look out for me.
Wow.
And because she stopped to look out, I'm like, she cares. And because she showed me she cared, anything she wanted me to do, I was like, all right, cool. I know she got my best interest at heart. And I really just kept working. I remember when the first time I saw snow, she let me go. I was like, hey, can I please just go to the window? I want to see the snow. I never saw snow before. I'm from Miami. She's like, all right, 1 minute, go ahead. The fact that she let me do that, and then she called me back, all right, I need to do this paper. I'm like, cool. You looked out for me.
Right.
I can at least do what you asked me to do. And that was the turning point where I was like, somebody other than my mom actually cares about me. Let me try. And it was a teacher. And so I wanted to be that for a kid who has anger issues, a kid who somebody don't care for, a kid who you don't got your dad, he ain't doing a great job. And I had a student whose father was locked up, right? And I saw myself in him. And when Dad got out of jail, he was like, "Hey man, I really appreciate you looking after my son like he was your own." And that right there is why I did it. You know, that made me feel something. And so that was a changing point. Like I had a teacher who really just took a moment. And then after that, it was just another teacher, Miss Z, who was from North Miami. Another teacher.
Oh, Miss Z for the one from Hosa?
From Hosa, I did Hosa, yeah. crazy lady, redhead, yeah. And so Miss Z was a good teacher.
You must have did Hosa with Mimos.
My sister was in probably was in your Hosa class.
What you compete?
Mimos, little Jules.
Little Jules?
Jules. Her name was Mimos.
I don't know. I don't remember.
What about Anjani Lane?
Yeah, I was in CPR first aid. So.
Nina Tima?
Nina Tima?
Yeah.
You gotta remember she did that for a while. So
yeah.
Maybe she was after me. Sound like, I don't know. I know we was in CPR first aid because for her, CPR first aid was her baby.
Right.
So she used to isolate us. And we couldn't really, like, bro, I remember one time I was late to the CPR first aid practice and she's like, "Oh, you late? Cool." I'm like, "Okay, what you gonna do to me? CPR first aid." Next thing I know, I go to Coach Graham for practice. No, you don't got practice today. You got running. What you talking about? You was late. I'm not late. I'm early. What you talking about? No, you was late to CPR practice.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, "Oh, really?" Oh, she got me. And so, Coach Graham had the most creative punishments I've ever.
Sure. For sure.
And because y'all would think that rolling stuff, I was cool. I can do. And the thing is, he knew I was good at. Rolling, got nothing to do. Can't hurt me. Crabs, don't do nothing to me. Up, downs, nothing. Like, all right.
Suicide.
So what he did, suicides, I didn't like. So what he did is he mixed the 110s and suicides together with up, downs. So he called them reindeers. You run full speed, he blow the whistle, you drop to the ground. And so I have no gear on. So I'm falling, and it's not grass out there.
Of course.
It's hitting the ground straight to my chest. I'm like, yo. And so for every minute I was late, is how many I ran. I was 8 minutes late, so I did 8 of them things. I'll never late again. Never late again.
And do you also put that anger into anything that you write because you are an author, correct?
Yes, I am. Dragon the Line. And I think I did a really good job with this. This is my first book, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I did a really good job with the female lead, Mia, because she's the character who's like that emotional anchor where she's the one who's more emotional. And it actually mirrors me. Like early in, she's more emotional, more angry, more, "Oh, I can't deal with this. You took everything from me." And then she starts to realize like her emotion is kind of burning the people around her, and it's going to burn everything around her down. Like it's not going to work. It's not something that she can just push her way through, which is really good. And then so she starts to realize I got to bury it. Literally in the last couple chapters, I actually have that realization where I can't let the people I care for die because of my anger, because of my past ghosts. Right? It's literally called Ghosts.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you even come up with the idea of writing a book?
So I actually read The Wheel of Time, which is like 12 books. It was during COVID, right? So I read through all these books and listened to the audiobook when I was driving back and forth from work. And I'm like, man, this book is actually pretty good. Before it even started with a book, I watched a show, which was on Amazon Prime, The Wheel of Time. It was okay. That first season was kind of rough, but it had enough to hook me, especially with COVID. You had nothing to really watch. Mm-hmm. And then season 2 got a little better. I'm like, okay. Season 3, oh, this joke is good. Season 4 was probably the best one.
Right.
And they canceled the show on me. And I'm like, man, I need more. I need a fix. So I go and get the book. I read the book. I listen to the audiobook. I start with the first book, go all the way to the 12 books. So now I know I'm hooked to this book. Matter of fact, the author passed away at book 10. The last 2 books were written by Brandon Sanderson, a different guy. All right? And so I even read some of his books. I'm like, man, I really like this. I can make a book for us, for people who look like us, and put my own little flavor, my own little twist on it. And so if you notice, when you read the book, if you read The Wheel of Time, it's a lot of those callbacks about duty. Even the way that he gives a poetic style to the combat, I kind of follow along with that as well. So,
if somebody want to get a copy of that book, where can they get a copy? Because I actually want to get a copy.
So if you go to Amazon, you can go to The Dragon in the Line, pops up. I already have it published. Not only that, you can also go to my Instagram, D'Haiti's Island, D'Haiti / is it down slash? What's that thing that's at the bottom? Underscore. There we go. Haiti, the Haiti Island. TikTok, same thing, same underscore. What else I got? I got it on Facebook. Put my name in Facebook. So if any of those social media, you'll see it. I have the link up there as well. Yeah. But Amazon's the easiest way. Put in The Dragon in the Line, and it'll pop up.
You have this line: what does it profit a prince to hold the void if the price of its protection is the light of the world? How did that come about?
So it took me a minute to actually come up with that. Like I was saying, it was hard. I think it's the thing for an author, which I didn't realize, I'm new to this. It was converting 60,000 words into a paragraph or two, right? And so I had to what's the core? The core of this book is duty versus love. And what is he really getting out of it? Like the whole point is he's trying to protect the planet, right? Protect the world from this darkness that we don't really talk about too much in this book. Shameless plug. Next book's probably coming out next year. That's where we talk about the darkness, right? And so that darkness is the thing that they're preparing for. But when you prepare for this darkness and you allow it to consume everything around you, start losing sight of what you're trying to protect, right? You start forgetting about love. You start forgetting about people. You start forgetting about human beings. It's kind of like when you get a job and you only worry about money, but you're not really worried about your family, your kids. You're not spending why are you making this money if you're not going to really be there with those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same concept. So it doesn't really profit him. He starts to realize he's being used as a tool. He's really a tool to fight against the darkness. He's a shield, right? A sword, a weapon. But a sword and a shield doesn't feel. He does feel, right? And in this book, he tries to suffocate, push down these feelings. And at that point, you start realizing, is it more important to protect the world, or is it more important to understand what's in the world that you're protecting? And that's where that quote came from.
Nice.
I mean, I have a question, right, that I always want to ask the author. When you're writing a book, right, you ever reading a book and it's like you're reading it and the person's vocabulary was on a high level? Now, when you're writing your books, do you paraphrase what you're writing, or everything that you're writing is exactly what came from your mind?
So when I write, the way it's funny because when you first write, I think the best way to write is you just put everything, you blurt it out. It could be misspelled, wrong location, but you just want to get words like clay. You just want to get it all out. It could be big words. Sometimes it's some words that I really, really like that I'm like, but is the reader really going to understand that word, right? So like eutrophication, which is the poisoning of a lake because the fish can't even survive. I'm not going to use that word, but I like the word. But I can't use it because most people are not going to have that biological background to understand what that word means. So I want it to be smooth, and then you want to throw certain words in there that are like, okay, this is what's I want. If I put a big word in there at that point, it means something. Usually I want it to be a smooth read. I want it to be easy. I want it to be a movie in your head. So I don't want nothing tripping you up, slowing you down. And that's something I learned as I start going through it, because you get all that clay, you put all the different words, you just throw at the wall, and then you come back to it and you start editing. And a lot of people don't understand writing the book is not the hard part. It's the editing. The editing took me months. Like this book took me about the better part of a year. And out of that, probably since January to the literal day before I sent it out on May, I was editing. Like literally I had the book in my hand and I had 24 hours to literally put the last edits up, and then I sent it to Amazon the day of.
So you did your own editing?
I did most of all my editing because it costs a lot of money to edit, like $1,000 to pay for an editor.
For one book. Right? And so what I did is I hired a beta reader, asked my sister to beta read, and then asked my cousin to beta read. And so when they all come back with the same issues, that's where I know where to focus at, right? So I focused on those certain issues that they told me to do. I edit through it, and then I was like, man, this is good, but I don't know if it's good enough. Because you kind of get stuck in your own head. You start being in this tunnel like, okay, I think it's great, but I need other outside views. And it's super hard to get people to review your book, because is this good? Do I want to waste my time? It takes me a week, 2 weeks to read this book. So what I had to do, I did end up having to pay for editor, but I used the initial beta reader. And I'm like, hey, can you do this for me for a discount? Instead of paying $1,000, can I do it for $500? I'll pay you in installments. Let's do this over a month. I'll pay you $100 every week. And so they end up doing it for me. And then they pointed out weaknesses. Some things I agreed with, some things I didn't agree with. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go back. How can I fix this? And so because I got that, I think that's what really made the book elevate from just being good to maybe being great. I think it might be great. And it allowed me that opportunity to really focus on weak points. And then again, I will ask my sister, go back to her. She's in school, so I can't have her reread the whole book again. My cousin, she's in school, can't have her reread the book. I'm like, but how about this section? How does this sound? What would you change? And then I can go back, change it, add things. And then as I'm going through it, my own mind's like, oh man, this is good, but I need to elaborate. For instance, I give you an example. When you read that book, there's a chapter called Cowardice. That chapter came just because the editor said, hey, do you see yourself too much in Darius? Because my name's Odarris, right? why you make him seem like he's too much of the victim? He shouldn't be the victim, should he? He's complicit. That was the word she used, and I'll never forget it. And I use it in the book because she told it to me. She's complicit in the destruction of his love interest, Mia's home. He ain't do nothing to help her. Think of it from a woman's standpoint, because she's a female. Like, yeah, he ain't do nothing. Because I know as a dude that being married, I ain't do nothing. Why you mad at me? But that's what's wrong, because you ain't do nothing. And so I had to bring that up. And I'm like, okay, cool. I brought a whole chapter just focusing on Darius is not truly the good guy. Not at that point in the book. He becomes, but you really a villain too. Just because you ain't do nothing don't make you good. It just makes you complicit to the issue. Like, you help because you didn't do anything.
In order for you to write a book, I'm guessing you also read a lot of books.
Well, I read quite a few books. Obviously, those 12 books. One of my favorite books, The Hatchet. What's that book from Star Wars? The Return of the Jedi. That was a long time ago. But that was kind of my introduction, and I think that what really fed into how I wrote the action parts of my book, right? The combat. I think what I had to do a lot more, because I'm not an avid reader who have hundreds of books. I got more like 20, 30 books under my my wing of reading. I had to do a lot more research, from understand poses. Like, I can't be too angelic. I can't have all these adjectives and adverbs describing every single thing. That was really hard, because when you're throwing everything at the page and you come back, initially I'm like, the sun is beautiful. It melted into the background. The sand glistens like molten glass. That was one of the things I had to like take out, like glistening, molten glass, talk about the sun. Okay, the sand was hot. That's it. It was hot. I focus on the combat, like when the blood is leaking down, her arm tingling as if little small ants are biting, because I want you to understand, like, she got a tingling sensation. Those are the moments that you focus on. Everything shouldn't be so detailed. It should be the things that you want the person to focus on. Kind of like slow motion, like Michael Bay, where you blow things up, but don't blow everything up. Blow the thing up that's like, oh my God, they blew that up, right? And so that's, as writing, I wanted certain things that you to focus on. And those are the things that I put the details in.
Would you make a movie out of that book?
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I told my wife that. She's like, you're not a filmmaker. Stop trying to make it with like that. And I'm like, because, AI. I'm like, okay, because I can't pay for anybody to do it on a movie. I'm like, well, how would it look if I just do it on AI? I'm like, man, this would look cool, bro. I just don't got no money. I just need hey, man, y'all read the book. You like it, turn it into a movie. I'll help you. I'll write it. I'll come out. I'll co-produce. I'll do whatever necessary. But I think it'll be a great book. I was just thinking about, like, the scenery reminds me of John Carter. You know, when he went to Mars, the sand, and that the red dunes is what it's called. And so it reminds me of that. In book 2, I take you to a new location called Nehemiah, which is from the Bible, all right? And it's lush, green, got a waterfall in the back, and it's like an outcrop where they actually have the home. I don't give you too much because that book still ain't out yet. But yeah, so I try to give you a lot of, like, detail in the lore and the locations, so I can bring it to life.
So you do have another book coming out?
Yes, it's going to be called Echoes in the Void.
Echoes in the Void. Outside of coaching and writing books, what else do you like to do?
Video games.
Yeah. Are you a gamer?
I'm a gamer, man.
What games we talking about?
Oh, Madden. It used to be basketball, but after Wade retired, I lost my love for basketball. And LeBron got over.
Yeah, I think after the Heat dismantled, I lost my love for basketball too, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
I still like LeBron, but yeah.
I think what really killed me was when Jimmy Butler left. When he was gone, I was like, I don't got it no more.
You talking about from the Heat?
Oh, from the Heat. Yeah.
Yeah. That hurt me a little bit.
So I'm guessing you just a Heat fan. You're not an NBA fan.
I like players. I don't really like. I'm a big fan of LeBron, obviously. Man, I got a friend who will fight me tooth and nail about him being a top 5 player. I'm like, he don't got to be number 1, but he in the top 5. Like, that man's not even top 5. I'm like, man, you crazy.
You talking about top 5 at this moment or
all time?
Oh, he said he's not a.
No, he said this. He's not top 5 all time.
So who's his top 5?
Anybody but LeBron. Yeah.
Jesus.
He got Curry. I know he got Curry up there. He got Kobe. He got Jordan. Olajuwon. He got Shaq. Like, he got all these people ahead of him. Bro, who was it he said who was better than him? I think he said Isaiah Thomas was better than LeBron.
Oh, okay.
I almost, it was through the phone. I almost threw my phone. I was so hot. No way, bro. But, like, the thing is, I hated LeBron. Because I didn't like the fans. I didn't hate LeBron. I hated the fans around him, right? Then he came to the Heat. I'm like, we don't need him. We can win with Bosh and Wade. And then that first year we lost. I'm like, see, I told you. But then that next year, I'll never remember, Game 6 against Boston, and he just turned to like Jordan. Like, bro, he scored like 30 points a row by himself. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I watching? Then in 2016 and 2018, when he went to the Cavaliers and he won with a different team, and he didn't even, like, I like Kyrie, but let's be real with it. He didn't lead the team in scoring every single game of the series. He didn't lead the team in rebounds. He helped with assists, but that's it. LeBron was leading like every stat on that team. And what's his name? Kevin Love was hurt. And the role players are all right. And he was playing against that. Remember that was a team that broke
72. They're 72-10.
Yeah,
So
they broke the
they
record.
went 73-9.
7-3-9.
The Warriors.
The
And
Warriors.
he beat them. And he came back from 3-1. I'm like, oh, he's the best player in the world. Like, it's not even close. And then he went against them like 3 years. He went to the NBA Finals, 8, 9 times in a row?
10. Oh, in a row? Probably it was like 6, 7, I think, or 8.
It was close to 10.
Bro, and he went there like 8 times at least in a row.
In a row.
The back.
It was 8. It was 8. It was 8.
Like, the year he didn't go because he got hurt when he was at LA. And I was like, this feels wrong. I don't even want to watch the finals no more. He's not there.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm not even, I just, it came to my mind like, oh my God, this dude has changed everything. Matter of fact, the last year when they won, who cares about the Thunder like that?
Nobody, bro.
Like, think about it.
Knicks and Spurs.
Oh, y'all watched that game?
Last night, Spurs blew the money, bro.
Bro, 12-29 at halftime. How you lose?
They was up 15 with like 6 minutes left, or like 5 minutes left.
Yeah. They was up by 20 starting the fourth quarter.
Bro, they blew him out the first half. They blew him to the first quarter. They blew him out. And I believe third and fourth quarter, I'm talking about, I don't remember the exact number. I'm talking about 14 and 12 points from the entire team.
Yeah. It was awful. Matter of fact, even they could have still won the game. They lose the ball as a steal. Remember he runs the court. It's like 30 seconds left in the game. No, not even. That was 30 seconds when they first had it in the possession. So he probably had 16 seconds left. He just got to run around in a circle.
Yeah, and he would just try to lay the ball up.
And they block it. They get the ball
Was it
back.
De'Aaron Fox?
I think it was De'Aaron Fox. Fox was having a bad fourth quarter.
Fox is having a bad series, bro.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And so I was like, just hold the ball. Because my friend's a Knicks fan, the one who from Ohio State. And I'm like, I ain't lying. I'm hating. I don't like the Knicks. I'm from Miami. I don't like when with sports, I don't like nothing about New York. When it's just me personal or a person from there, we cool. But other than that, I don't like the Knicks. I don't like the Giants. I really don't like the Bills.
Right.
I hate the Jets. I don't like none of these teams. I'm sorry. I don't like the Mets. I don't like nothing. I don't even like think that's too close. When I went up there, it was too cold. I don't like it.
So, what's your goals for the next 5 years, though?
So, I got my master's recently, right? In behavior analysis.
Congrats on that.
Appreciate you. Thank you. First one in my family to get a master's degree.
Nice.
About to get, my sister's already in law school, so that's about to get superseded real quick. But first to do it, so what I really wanted to do is to use that some way in the educational field. Obviously, I would love to finish the series because my goal is to write 3 to 4 books for this. I already have the second book working. In 5 years, I would love to finish with all 4 books, probably one of them being a prequel. In education, either obviously be a leader somehow, if it means becoming a principal, it means moving into some sort of leadership role, but some way to use everything that I learned and try to put it together so I can continue to like make an impact that way that I feel like I have, but make a greater impact, right? Maybe even open up my own business, open up my own school, maybe do a summer camp, but in some way to turn it into a leadership role. Cool.
Antonio Brown is officially eligible to be inducted into the Hall of Fame 2027. What do you think about that? You think he has a good chance, or should he be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
So those are 2 completely different questions, right?
Okay.
And should and will he? What he did on the field was borderline generational. Like we was talking about it. Like I thought, like at that time, the only receiver I would say was better is probably Megatron, Calvin Johnson. You know, the young generation don't know Megatron like that. And I think what he did on the field is enough to say he should be in the Hall of Fame, kind of like T.O. But because of
his behavior,
the extra stuff, man, kicking the kicker, which was cool. I wanted to do it, right? But I highly doubt he's not gonna be first ballot. And his skills and what he did on the field might be first ballot level. He's gonna have to wait. And I hope it doesn't make him have to wait to the point where he's not around to see it. Cool. Yeah.
But I was speaking with someone off record, right, about the whole his behavior after he got hit.
Yeah.
Right? He got hit in the NFL, and his behavior changed after that.
Yeah.
You think that should have some type of accountability to it also? You think the NFL would say, hey, listen, the impact happened there, or that doesn't matter, like whatever you did on the field, walking off with your jersey and all these things is like, you think they're going to look into all of that and just say, you know what, nah, we good, we're just going to wait?
We good.
Because it takes you a little while.
Yeah. I think they're going to say we good, we got to wait. Because think of it, if they say the hit has something to do with it, then they're kind of saying, oh, our game is not safe. And they've been trying to move away from that. It's dangerous. We at fault. They already gave out billions of dollars for players who've been injured. They're not going. That's like partially admitting it. They're never going to admit to any wrongdoing, even if they are wrong. They'll settle out of court. They'll give you a settlement like, hey, just be quiet. Here's the money. I highly doubt they say that. They just say, oh, that was him. He cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Nah, we good.
We always give our guests an opportunity to speak life into someone.
Okay.
Especially someone coming from your background, your experience, being raised without a father, where you at some point had to hold yourself accountable, and you had a teacher who changed your life. We're going to give you a chance to speak to a child who's been raised without a father, and also to someone who actually want to make it to the league. You know, we're going to give you a chance to give them a word of advice and a word of wisdom.
I'll tell you what helped me, and something I really needed. I wish I could go back and talk to my younger self and say, man, don't give up. My mom said, only the strong survive and the weak fall by the wayside. And that was something I used a lot when the things got hard. It was times where I didn't even know, like, if I belong. Like, I'm weak. I am weak. And I was like, nah, I can't. I'm not going to fall to no wayside. And never let anybody tell you you can't do nothing, even yourself. If you create a plan and say, I'm going to do this, stick to that plan, unless you don't want to do it anymore. But not because you think you can't do it. It's a difference. If you don't want to do it, cool. But don't stop because you think you can't do it. You can do anything you want. The fact that somebody who, if you saw, I sucked in high school. I barely could start. Almost lost my job to a freshman. And then I went all the way to a level to the point where I was about to walk on, I had to try out with the Detroit Lions to the NFL, the highest level. Got a scholarship playing D1 football. I got to play against the number 4 team in Alabama. I got to play against the number 1 team in Florida. Only reason I was able to do that is because I outworked a lot of people. And you can only outwork somebody when you believe in yourself to the point where I'm not going to give up. It was times where I threw up because it was so hard. It was times where I was driving in the car and my leg cramped up, the right leg, and I couldn't press the brakes because my leg was so cramped up, and I had to use the other leg to brake. And I was like, whew. All right, still got to go to practice, though. And I drove to practice and still worked out. That's the type of commitment you need to the things that you want, because then you'll get it. Because nothing's guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is your effort.
Odarius, thank you so much for your time. And, it's a platform where you could always come back. And, I look forward. I'm going to read that book, and we're definitely going to invite you back on here, my brother.
Hey, man, leave a review.
We got you.
It's good.
We got you. And at this time, we want to thank all of our continuous sponsors, AZ Formalwear, Chick-fil-A Miami Shores, Comprehensive Health Center, and Gourmet Gathering by Chef Princess E. And most importantly, we want to thank you, our viewers and listeners who are tuning in every week. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until the next episode.